Yo, mic check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. I don't know if I'm looking any different, people. I'm still having to get to grips of this. I wouldn't mind turning the lighting up a little bit, get a little better natural lighting in there. I'm trying my best to do what I can do. I got a new camera. It was about time, alright. I was just using the webcam prior. Well, whatever you would consider the inbuilt camera, and now I've got an attachable, you know, upgrade per se, but you know, it's not the most expensive thing in the world. But I thought, you know what, I'll treat myself. Treat yourself, don't beat yourself. So I apologise in advance if I'm focusing in and out, which I seem to be doing right about now. Alright, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a tech head, but I'll learn along the way. This listen through goes out to Marcus, alright? It's entitled And the Battle Began, by a band called the RX Bandits. I have never, ever come across this band in my entire life. If I keep doing this whole sort of focus in and out thing as well, I will see if I can apply a tripod, because I've got a tripod for this camera as well, so... yeah, you live and you learn, eh? You live and you learn. I'm entering the digital age, all right. I'm coming out of the Stone Ages right about now. So I've never heard this band in my entire life. I do not know what to expect, but Marcus put me onto the Weekendans, which I really enjoyed, and I had never ever come across them as either. So this is going to be exciting, yeah. Without further ado, let's jump in. A complete first time reaction. No idea what I'm getting myself into. Let's go.
It's over. I must have seen a face before. I fell in love when I was born. Now they hide her with a whisper. It's over. I must have seen a face before. I fell in
Who's put this out?
now they hide her with
2006.
It's over. I must have seen a face before. I fell in love when I was born. Now they hide her with a whisper. It's over. I must have seen her face before. I fell in love when I was born. Now they hide her with a whisper.
Right, so we're showing off the vocal harmonies. I'm expecting a good vocal performance with that little introduction. We've got And the Battle Begun. This is the title track. Fascinating volume. The vocal line sort of exists behind the instrumental.
So if love is true, let's burn the factory. Take off your shoes.
It's an interesting production.
It's time for dancing. I never leave the house without a pocket of pills. Operator, I got no solitude from the ticking hands. No way, okay, now I'm loosening and I can't keep up. Operator, it's nothing personal, but I'm choking tears. I'm thinking back in fame. It's no better than before. It's just never been shine. And we keep running this race, thinking I'll be one. I keep coming up empty.
This is very 2000s. Although this is a lot more unique than most of the stuff I've heard, there still is an air of 2000s to this sound.
Take it away.
almost progressive in nature, the way these instruments are just entwining with each other. Wow, this is something unlike I've heard. Great mix of elements. Rock music, most definite. It's a little bit mathy in places. Like math rock, arguably. Great twiddling. Guitar lines. Bass lines, frantic drumming, stop and start, catchy vocal lines, clean vocal lines, clarity, and we're going to move on to track number 3, entitled In Her Drawer. Let's see where we go from here. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to the RX Bandits. The record is And the Battle Begun. I don't know how many records these dudes put out, but all I know is that it was recommended to me by Marcus Jones via the Patron. So thank you for this new experience. Let's jump straight in. Track number 3 of 13. No comments. The drummer is very talented, right?
Put your guns in the ground. Let's sing to loud voices. Bring the sound. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fantastic brass.
Doctors say I'm sane. What rectangles
Drummer is superb. I'll see in 1 second, alright? Hold on. Let me just try that again, alright? I think I was lagging a little bit there, people. In her drawer.
Now to concentrate, another pedal to relax. Scribble down solutions to erase the past. You got me feeling like an outsider. They're in a drawer, but she says she doesn't take them. You got me feeling like an outsider. They're in a drawer, but she does not take them all. Whoa, no, now we all been diagnosed. Oh no, I cannot feel at all. Whoa, no, now we all been diagnosed. Whoa, no, I cannot feel at all. Oh, oh.
These dudes are really fantastic. These dudes are really good. As far as technicality, instrumentally. Wow.
Got me feeling like an outsider. They're in a drawer, but she says she doesn't take them. Got me feeling like an outsider. They're in a drawer, but she does not take them all. Whoa, no, now we all been diagnosed. Whoa, no, I cannot feel at all. Whoa, no, now we all been diagnosed. Whoa, no, I cannot feel at all. I said, yeah, you know it's never mentioned.
One thing is, every time... What is it? Is it a trumpet? Every time it comes in, it sounds so good. Every single time it's come in, it sounded so good. Like an outsider, they're in a drawer, but she says she doesn't take them. Got me feeling like an outsider. They're in a drawer, but she says she takes them all. Whoa, no, now we all been diagnosed. Oh no, I cannot feel at all. Whoa, no, now we all been diagnosed. Oh no, I cannot feel at all. You got me feeling like an outsider. You got me feeling like an outsider. Whoa, whoa, got me feeling like an outsider. Wow. Wow. The thing is, as far as reactions and commentaries are concerned, where do you start? Honestly, there's so much depth and noodling around through each and every one of the instrumentalists on this band. I wonder how long it made, how long it took them to make this record and put this record together. I bet this wasn't a quick job. That's for sure. That's for sure. Some good vocal melodies on that one. Wow, let's keep going. Only for the Night coming up. I'm enjoying this experience. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in. Listening to the RX Bandits. This one is entitled Only for the Night. It's track number 413 on And the Battle Begun. I'm a bit gassy, people. I'm sipping on a fizzy pop. Later on tonight, I might get onto some of the hard stuff, yeah? I got plenty of time tonight, so let's keep on moving. Only for the Night, let's go. I mean, they're not completely alike, but there is a little bit of a Streetlight Manifesto in the mix when we hear the like relatively clean guitars played at such a rhythm and speed and the brass instrument.
Without emotion, she makes me better. Only for the night. Only for the night. Only for the night. Yeah, yeah. Only for the night. I say that I don't need her, but I know it's a lie. I swear that it's the last time that I lay down with her. Oh, she holds me when I'm shaking, and it makes me better. Only for the night. Only for the night. Only for the night. Only for the night.
And to follow on with that Streetlight Manifesto reference, obviously Streetlight Manifesto is a ska punk band, a third wave, or they call themselves a fourth wave ska band. Ska obviously holding its roots in reggae and Jamaican music. Well, not necessarily reggae, purely ska came before reggae, but it holds its roots in Jamaican music. And we hear a little bit of that in this, especially in the vocal tone, do you not think?
Dream of moving pictures. Now she slips into the skies. Lately I've been lonely. I couldn't tell you why. Oh, she lives without emotion. It makes me better. Only for the night. Only for the night. Only for the night. Only for the night.
How big did these dudes get? And were they not... Hold on. Were they not big because of how complex the music was? Was this band too intelligent for the general marketplace? How big did these dudes get? Only for the night. That was a good tune. It was a catchy chorus. On a Lonely Screen is coming up next. I'll see you there. Yes, now, bless now. Don't forget the rest now, people. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. Apologies if I'm sort of flickering light and low every once in a while visually, because I'm just working out a new camera and just trying to do my best of it, alright? Let's go. This one's entitled On a Lonely Screen, and we're listening to And the Battle Begun by RX Bandits. It was recommended on the Patron via my good friend Marcus. Thank you, Marcus. Let's go. A fascinating blend of dissonance, groove, and staccato. Is melody the right word? The way that trumpet is coming in. Is it a trumpet? What is it? I don't even know what it is. In the vocal melodies, there's a little bit of Lost Prophets that comes out every once in a while, I think. That was quite a brief one. Call that 2 minutes 30 seconds. That was the shortest one we've had so far. And then it blends into this track, which is going to be 1980, because we just had a counting at the end of that one, so call it two as one. But that was 2 minutes 30 on a Lonely Screen. That was quite an interesting sound, that. A lot of stop and starty, shuddery wuddery guitar lines, dun dun, staccato, and what that means to the non-musicians is it's like stuttered. So let's say you got Mary Had a Little Lamb. Mary had a little lamb. If you were to do that staccato, it'd be Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Like just a little more. I mean, arguably vocally speaking, it could be a little more robotic in sense, but it's a little more stop and start. We got 1980. And the contrast, or the contrary to staccato is legato, and legato means smooth, so that flows freely as opposed to being stuttering. 1980. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, and The Battle Begun. I think this one gets blended into by On a Lonely Screen because we heard a counting just prior to the start of this. Let's go.
And it's your only day. You got all the truth, and you never feel the way you are. Oh, it's your only day. Oh, it's all the truth, but you never feel the way you are. I must have seen it. It's so familiar. I should look so familiar. Must have seen it. Oh, you look so familiar. I must have seen your face before. I fell in love when I was born. Now the higher with the whisper. It's over. I must have seen your face before. I fell in love when I was born. Now the higher with the whisper. It's over. It's your only day, and you got all the truth, and you never feel the way you are. Oh, it's your
Underrated, as far as my comments are concerned. Or should I say underappreciated as of so far in this reaction. But the guy's got great falsetto vocals, great high-end, high-register vocals that he likes to throw in every once in a while.
only day. Is it all the truth, and you never feel the way you are?
These dudes are very technical, very experimental, but still keep it together. They don't create, you know, nonsense music, which some may do.
Of the past, only wishes to control your future. Yes, it does. The dead hand of the past only wishes to control your future. Oh, yes, it does. The dead hand of the past only wishes to control your future. Yes, it does. Yeah. I must have seen it. It's so familiar. Oh, it's so familiar. Must have seen it. So it goes. Never been a better time. Oh, it's your only day. Oh, is it all the truth? And you never feel the way you are. And it's your only day. Oh, is it all to you? And you never feel the way you are.
Fantastic guitar tone there at the end of that. Does it follow into this? Right, we've got a great riff coming up in the next one. That's fantastic. That was a good tune, 1980. Very good tune. I was just paying attention to the album artwork here, which so just a passing comment. There was a theory that the Bible was, well, Jesus Christ of the Bible and the story of the Bible was referencing the sun, and actually a metaphor for sun worship, him being the Son of God and the light of the world, and so on and so forth, and the 12 disciples being representatives of the 12 zodiac signs. And it just made me think there, because on this album artwork you have her with a halo, which is what Jesus Christ is depicted as having on all of these like stained glass windows and all these artist representations, these Italian Renaissance art works and so forth. But it's not necessarily a halo of such. If you look at them images, it's like the sun's glow behind the guy's head. So that was just a little bit of food for thought. Let's keep on going. I'm looking forward to this riff. What's coming up next? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV signing in. We're listening to RX Bandits and The Battle Begun. We've had a little bit of a tease, a little bit of taster of a riff coming up on this track. So I'm just going to jump straight in because it sounds good to me. Let's go. I bet it took them a long time to record this record, to be fair, at the studio. I bet it was a big stint. How many albums did they put out?
Squeeze into digital mode. We can't breathe and we're moving too slow. God is so between video screen. Plastic light, I'm looking at you. It's hard to memorize your numbers. Code to signify your face. Your thumb is pushing down on the plunger. Picking your feet so you can put them in place. There's an inside room of a beggar who got all that he needs in his hands. He said he ain't no good with possession because he can't keep track of your Peter Pan. And they say the old woman got the wisdom because she couldn't read the clock anymore. She said the numbers don't represent the moment. Said she don't see what all the digits want. Sending you down with repeat stimuli right in front of your eyes so you feel paralyzed. You're the only one who can ever feel. Tell me right now how you really feel.
Who did that sound like then? Listen to that harmony.
Tell me right now how you really feel.
Bro, there's so many modern British, like, Jamaican homage bands about. One in particular being the Skints, I think. We've got vocal lines like that, and vocal tones like that, and that's really cool. Apparition is the title of the next track. We're flying through this record. This is a very enjoyable listen. No stopping and starting here. Let's keep going. Yes, now, bless now, Des Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to And the Battle Begun by the RX Bandits. This is track number 8 of 13, entitled Apparition. Let's jump in, shall we? So when I referenced a little bit of a reggae vibe, now we're really getting it. We're getting a lot of dub. Yeah? 14 seconds in.
She says she gonna come home tonight. Look like a ghost, sound like a whisper. Shivering down the
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba.
I'm just a traveling soul. Say you never leave me alone. Tell me you need me so tonight. I see cold creeping up slow. I got no place to go. But now I'm feeling like I fell for you. Oh baby, no, don't you say it. Stories always different, no matter who's telling it. Now I'm feeling like I fell for you. Oh, you.
Come on.
Apparition. Apparition.
I like this one. Apparition.
I'm shirking the streets tonight. Sound like silent, slick like a drifter. Between the darkness and the flickering light. She just a wandering soul. Oh, I just can't let it go. Tell me it isn't so tonight.
That was a great tune. You can really hear the twinkle on them keys every time the keys come in. Every time you hear the brass come in, it comes in with such character that you can't miss it. Every time the keys come in, you hear it with such character that you just can't miss it. Two elements of the band which only pop around when they want to, but when they do, it's always a very big treat. Very big treat indeed. That was a good tune and a good showcase of what they're capable of in a more dub-like and a little more slower tempo style of things. Still, I felt like the drummer might have been a bit too excited for a track such as that. But I'm not going to hate, alright? I thought that was a good tune. We've got a mouthful of hollow treats coming up next. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV. We're listening to And the Battle Begun by RX Bandits. This one is entitled A Mouthful of Hollow Treats. This entire listen through goes out to Marcus, who recommended this via the Patreon. Thank you very much, Marcus. Let's go. Come on. Right there, I hear a bit of Maroon 5. I've heard little bits of Maroon 5 through this listen through, but moments like that really pops to me. Do you not hear that? Come on. Great sound.
Just a game to you. Tell me, is your money that good? Would it buy you a love? Do you think that it could? The wheel's still spinning and it's coming around. All it takes is a spark to put it all down. Difference makes no difference. Who's to blame? 'Cause the only thing that's constant is a change. I see you better move if you can't lend a hand. 'Cause we're gonna make it our own way. Sun is setting on your dark day. Who's to blame? Move your body round. I say, oh, I won't let it fade. I say, move your body down. Oh, I won't let it fade. Move your body down. I won't let it fade. Move your body down, down, down. Oh, I won't let it fade. Move your body down. You miss the elation with all your perfect plans for peace. Until the power of love can exceed the love of power. You know it can never, never be. Makes no difference. Makes no difference. Who's to blame? 'Cause the only thing that's constant is a change. You better move if you can't lend a hand. 'Cause we're gonna make it our own way. Sun is rising to a brighter day.
That was really good. That was one of my favourites. That might have been my favourite one so far. I like the groove to that. I like the feeling. I did hear a bit of Maroon 5 in there. Am I wrong in saying that? Am I wrong in saying that? I thought they came well together. Beyond the instrumentation and, you know, the melodic ideas, it was a good song. It was structured well as a good song. It just seemed to flow incredibly well. The others do, but sometimes we have a little more of a proggy element with the others. That one just sounded like a straightforward song, and my simple brain was very interested in that, very enticed by that. We've got Epoxy Lips coming up next, track number 6, the longest track on the record. There's Rocksteady at King of the Pit TV signing in, and The Battle Begun is the title of this record by the RX Bandits. This is track 10 of 13 entitled Epoxy Lips. Let's go. I mean, it's a bit more high-paced, a bit more aggressive, but a bit of block party style guitar work. And once again, with that style of guitar, hear a bit of Lost Prophets as well. Which, Lost Prophets around 2006, they were putting out Liberation Transmission at that time, which was, you know what I mean, they were larger than life, weren't they? I'm not putting enough respect on the bassist, to be honest with you. The bassist is jamming out like a fool over these tracks, man. Bassist, very talented. Plays his part to a T. Come on. That guitar work was incredible. It was harmonised that as well, wasn't it? As far as the instrumental is concerned, including the vocal line, that was the most impressive out of all of the tracks we've heard so far. That was spectacular. The amount of different ideas coming in and out, the amount of dynamic changes, tempo changes, that was a sound engineer, a producer's worst nightmare. That wasn't a walk in the park to get recorded as tight as it was recorded. That was really good. That was really good. That was the... it's not my favourite on the record because there was another song I preferred as far as songwriting is concerned. But as far as like the instrumental and the actual talent behind the composition, that was the most special one on the record. That was really, really bloody good. We got Tainted Wheat coming up next, alright? Yes, now bless now. Don't forget to rest now. Des Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. And The Battle Begun is the album we're listening to. Track 11 of 13 is Tainted Wheat. We're listening to the RX Bandits. And let's jump in, shall we? Come on. Last track was brilliant. Devoted to Marcus Jones via the Patreon. Great panning between the two guitars there. Ta-da. The harmonies, the consistency of the guitar work and the instrumental harmonies throughout this record are just so... It's incredible, the amount of thought and depth that has gone into this. Wow. Fantastic harmonics there. Better. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise, the amount of time and depth that has gone on to this. In the related videos, I've not had any other records from this band You know what? If you give me 1 second, I'm going to come back with a little bit of info regarding this album. I'll see you in 1 second. Hold on. Alright, so a little bit of bonus material, yeah. After that listen through, I've got the Wikipedia up. So, And the Battle Begun is an album by the RX Bandits. It's the band's first album released by Matt Ombre's label, Mashdown Babylon. So, these dudes served as the backing band of the Bruce Lee Band. Who the hell are the Bruce Lee Band? For a series of shows in March 2005, they went on a US West Coast tour with Steel Train before Braille faced New York, and blah de blah de blah. You know what? We're gonna read some of that at the end of the listen through, yeah? We're gonna do that at the end of the listen through. We're gonna learn about this record at the end of the listen through. So let's just get back on with the record, and I'll have a little treat for you at the end, okay? There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV, signing in. To Our Unborn Daughters is the title of this one. We're listening to And the Battle Begun by RX Bandits. Let's jump straight in, shall we? Track 12 or 13. Quite a catchy little bass line, that, isn't it? Boom, ba da da dum, boom, ba da da dum, boom.
Jesus has no bottom, no structure, no walls, only barriers and deception.
Ba da da dum, boom, boom, ba da da dum, boom. Low key, there's a lot of fantastic guitar effects that go on this record as well. Some tremolos, some delays, echoes, everything in between. Bada bell, bada bell.
Don't you ever be afraid of all of your beauty. You can move without his words or a granted submission. All the time to smother your righteous ambition and stifle your loving praise.
Bada bada bell.
It's a Lucas place to alter your convictions. No, don't you wait. Put it down. Rhetoric. So get out now.
Wow.
And the matriarch was murdered. Now woman is a four-letter word. Put a price on your body to convince you that it's all you're worth. Afraid of the power they lose and the gift of creation. So don't you ever listen, yeah.
Wow. Come on. Bass guitar has to be playing with a pick. That's not fingerstyle. That's not fingerstyle. Ooh. That was an ignorant riff. That outro was so good. That outro was one of my favourite moments on this record. That epic drum fill into that build-up. That was really good. Boom, 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 boom. That was sick. That was sick. That was sick. That was 2 Our Unborn Daughters. Wow, that was a great song. That was really good. That was really good. And we're going to finish this off. We've got one more song to go, entitled Crushing Destroyer. There's Rocksteady, King of the Pit TV. We're finishing this record off, and The Battle Begun is the title of it. It's by the RX Bandits. This is Crushing Destroyer, track 13 of 13. After this, I'm going to do a little overview, and we're going to learn a little bit about this record we've listened to, alright? I'll see you there. Sounds a bit like Billy Talent. These dudes are very talented. You can tell the session musicians. The volume of the vocals quite interesting though. It's reeled back a lot. Da -da -da -da. Da -da -da -da.
Dream, don't tell me anything. Market passive free for all. You can never steal our love.
Bit of Arctic Monkeys there in that guitar line. Hear a whole lot of 2000s in this record. Whoa. Wow. And there we go. That was the And the Battle Begun record by RX Bandits. Great tune to finish off on. What a fantastic display of vocal harmonies. What a fantastic display of riffage. Some good riffs on there. Couple of trade-off solos showing off the instrumental. Each and every person on their instrument of choice played it to a T. What a special record. I'm going to do a video where I give you my final overview of this record as a whole, and we're going to explore the album a little bit. We're going to have a look at the Wikipedia, alright? So, I'll see you there, people. Peace. Yes, now blessed. Now don't forget to rest. Now there's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. Weren't necessarily pitting today, but we were shaking our shins, we were shaking our hips, and we were bopping our head, alright? We had a recommendation on the Patreon by Marcus Jones. He says, check out RX Bandits. He put me on to, what was that band? The Weekendans. And that was a very interesting listen. This is a nice new realm for me, a nice new space to experience great band music, great guitar rock music, but from a different perspective as to which I don't normally apply myself. RX Bandits and The Battle Begun was the record. 13 tracks, arguably 12 considering the intro was untitled, but it had musical merit, so I would argue it was a track in itself. You know, a showcase of vocal harmonization, which was very impressive, and a sign of things to come per se. This was a great record. This was a great record as far as the instrumental was concerned. This was a great record as far as the songwriting was concerned. Now, they weren't necessarily writing songs in pop song structure, so I like that. I do like pop song structure. I am a basic guy when it comes to it. But I wasn't turned off by the way these dudes were still putting this music together, because it still was well composed, well orchestrated, well structured. I don't know where to start as far as the instrumentation is concerned. The drummer was fantastic. The drummer was very tight. The guitar work was pristine. There was dual guitars harmonizing throughout the entirety of it, essentially. The amount of harmonization was fantastic. The bassist playing the bass frequency to a T, did everything a bassist needed to do. Very unique, off on their own tangent, noodling about. Vocalist, great melodies. Lyrically speaking, I didn't pick up on too much lyrical content. I assume somewhat of an abstract approach to things. You know, lyrically, I didn't really care too much about that, in all fairness. We had a keyboard that came in and out, and we had a little brass that came in and out. I call it the brass because I don't know one brass instrument from the other. That's just not my field. That's not my forte. Maybe I should learn one of these days. I think it was a trumpet, but you tell me. Alright? Every time them keys came in, every time that trumpet came in, if it was, that was a very special moment. These dudes played it to a T. Fantastic. As far as material's concerned, I'd argue probably about 45 minutes worth to 50 minutes worth of material on this record. Averaging at about 4 minutes a track, I would say. And wow, I bet they spent a lot of time in the studio recording this, because to get all of this material, all of this content, not lengthwise, but as far as how crammed and concentrated it all was, very special, very special. I bet sound engineer was sweating getting all of this covered. A lot of tempo changes, a lot of dynamic changes, a lot of harmonization that needed to be on T. Pristine, fantastic. Might have been a self-produced project for all I know. Who knows? We're going to find out in due time, but that being said, the production was good. It wasn't perfect. The production could have let the talent and skill of this band down a little bit. It was great, but it was not produced the way it could have been. It could have been a lot better. Vocals were quite quiet, which is okay if you wanted to listen to a guitar rock record, but the guitars weren't very bold, and I clocked onto that from track number 1, the music video. Well, track 2 to be literal, but the first real song on the record. The vocals were quite reeled back in the instrumentation, and I don't know whether that was a pro or a con. I feel like it disturbed me, because it's not what I tend to be used to. It's not what we as a general market tend to be used to, unless, you specify in more instrumental based music. If I was to rate the record, I'd give it a 6 for me. I'd give it an 8 for the general quality of this record. I don't want to allow my personal preferences and tastes take away the value and the investment that's been placed into this project. So that's my perspective, that's my opinion. I'm going to give it 2 ratings in regards to that. It's not necessarily something I would return back to. It's a bit technical, it's a bit frantic for some. I like something very straightforward, simplistic. I like simplicity. But with that being said, this was a great record. And on there, we're going to check out the records with another video. We're going to have a look into the Wikipedia of And the Battle Begun. And we're going to have a little look into the background of this project, alright? Yes, now, bless now, people. Don't forget the rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV, signing in. We're going to learn a little bit about the record we had just heard by the band Bandits. It was recommended on the Patron by my good friend Marcus. Thank you very much for the recommendation, Marcus. It was a very good listen. Let's have a little learn about this record and see what was going on. So I've listened to it track by track. I've given it a little rating. And now we're going to see what factoids we got. So it's an album by the Bandits. And if I just hover over that, it states they're from Seal Beach, California. Formed in 95. So this band... oh, actually, we got a chronology here. So there was a... Geez, so this is the 5th album by the band. This was the 5th album by the band. So they put out a heavy amount of material. And geez, if most of their material is like as in-depth as this, these dudes have got brains on them. They got big heads on them, that's for sure. So it's an album by the Bandits. First album released by Matt Ombre's label Mashdown Babylon. And was he a member of the band, Matt Ombre? I wonder. So we learned on one of the tracks, we had a quick dig, they served as the backing band for the Bruce Lee Band for a series of shows in 2005. Now I thought this was before they formed, but it doesn't make sense now, does it? This band existed way before that. Release, so they supported Finch, which I might do a listen through. Should I do a listen through to some Finch? Finch is a band that was around during my emo days, or at least, you know, my scene kid days. It's not pure emo, man, not real emo, but I remember the band Finch. In September, they toured across California with Mike Park and Dan Potthast. Who the hell are they? So they were performing within the band, or oh, he's in Skanking Pickle. This guy, Brian Mark Park, is he in the band? Is he the guy who plays the brass in the record? On March 23rd, 2006, Only for the Night was made available for streaming through the band's MySpace. And they embarked for a tour of the UK. The album was eventually pushed back to May 2006. However, on June 2006, it was announced for release in 4 months' time with the intention of it appearing on Umbre's label Mashdown Babylon. 3 days later, In Her Drawer was posted on the band's Pure Volume account. Bruh, did anybody look at Pure Volume? What the hell was Pure Volume? That's just like some knockoff crap. Bruh, nobody was looking for Pure Volume. And the album's out was posted online. Following this, saxophonist player Steve Boff left the band. Between June and August 2006, the band went on a cross-country US tour. The first portion was supported by The Exit, Men, Women and Children, and Decent. I don't know any of these bands. Do I know about The Exit? Indie post-punk reggae group. Jeez, what a blend of genres, eh? The second portions of the tour, that is, featured I Am the Avalanche. They replaced The Exit, whilst the last portion had I Am the Avalanche and Men, Women and Children replaced by State Radio and Monty. I don't know any of these bands. On July 9th, 2006, 1980 was posted on the band's MySpace. In September 2006, the band were actively searching for a new saxophonist or trombonist ahead of the upcoming tour. Towards the end of the month, And the Battle Begun was posted on their MySpace ahead of the album. The band went on a short tour with Votes, Days Away, and the Lawrence Arms of various dates. This is such an alien scene. They filmed a music video. They supported Gym Class Heroes. Gym Class Heroes. Fuck, what happened to them? American rap. They grew very big. They had a few hit songs, didn't they? Gym Class Heroes. They went on a West Coast tour in August 2007 with support from The Fall of Troy, Maps and Atlases. I'm aware of The Fall of Troy somewhat. The European tour in September and October 2007 were faced in New York. The album was released on 2 10-inch vinyl records. The following month, the band embarked on an East Coast tour. So they supported the beat. How interesting. I could see them supporting the beat. I mean, stylistically, they don't match too much, but they did work on the same bill as an impressive support act, you know. Critical reception. The Sacramento News and Review wrote that the album challenges your ears in the best way possible with shifting time signatures. I didn't really pick up on time sigs, to be honest. Wildly varying moods and general chaotic genius. Countless experimental bands mine similar anything goes so as long as it's good territory, but rarely has this boundary pushing been so refreshing. Yeah, fair shout. It's outside of the norm without it being too edgy or too sort of egocentric. And let's give a final shout out to the credits. We've got Matthew Ambry, vocals and guitar, Steve Choi, guitar, keyboards, Stephen Jess Boff II, saxophone, keyboards, backing vocals, Chris Sheets, trombone, backing vocals, percussion, Joseph Troy, bass, Christopher on the drums, additional personnel, Robert Cheek, Ryan Baker, David Ombry, sound engineering, Louis Taran. Yeah, who cares about them? We only care about the band, right? So that's a little bit of information. Fifth album was surprising to me. And with that note, I'm signing out. Peace, people. I'm signing out. Peace, people. I'm signing out. People, peace. I'm off. Goodbye.